Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your ear.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Special guest in the building, Mr. MGK.
Machine Gun Kelly.
What's up?
What's up, sir?
What's up, dog?
You drinking already this morning.
Yeah.
So are we, by the way. We're
Yeah,
all
we
a
are.
little tipsy.
When do we see MGK and he's not drinking? Last time we saw him, he threw up in the Gap store.
It wasn't in the Gap.
Oh,
I
it
don't think
was,
it's
it was Saks.
Saks. Yeah.
Saks at the fashion mall in Vegas.
Did you have to buy what you threw up on?
No, I ran out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Was
was.
from drinking or was you sick?
Yeah, it was from drinking the night before. I saw y'all out the night before.
Yeah, in
I saw
Vegas.
y'all out. Yeah, it was. Where we see each other? The weekend at Dre's, right? It was a.
Where?
for the-
I
They
said,
weren't out.
I wasn't
Oh
out.
yeah, me and you
I
out.
was
Yeah, yeah.
asleep.
I saw him in the hallway. Man, I don't know what happened. The
don't know what
the
happened.
MGM thought I died in my hotel room.
Really?
So like I missed like the iHeartRadio festival like sound check and rehearsals and all
They
that.
thought
So
you
what? They
died.
had people calling your room and you
Yeah,
were picking up?
but then the door was latched, so they thought I overdosed or something because I
They
wasn't.
kicked the door
Really?
down and everything? They cut the thing
They, no, I left and went to the fashion mall after I like woke up at like 3 p.m. Right, and I knew I missed everything. I went and met my boy at the mall, and like this person was asking me for a picture, and I was like, and I'm not really like that big on pictures or whatever. So as I was like being like, no man, I feel really crazy right now. I threw up everywhere.
Now, that's interesting. A guy your age isn't in the pictures. It seems like the whole generation is in the social media and Instagram and all
Not
this
when
other
you
stuff.
just threw up, though. Nobody wants to take a picture.
Nah, but I mean, even if I wasn't throwing up, I'm not that into it. I feel like, right? I feel like I feel like my worth is more than just like a selfie, you know.
Yeah, but
People don't like you, man.
yeah, people are
You're
like
fans.
fans
They
of
wanna
yours.
take
They
a
probably get
self-picture with you.
excited.
It's hard to take a selfie with you anyway. You're 6'7".
I know.
It takes a selfie with
And
you.
that would be
think-
an Ussie, by the way.
I think I started getting like turned off when I missed my flight one time to take a picture with somebody, and I like went back on and looked at it later, and they were like, I don't even know this guy's music, but he's famous. Type deal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here like, what if I would have missed like my opportunity on like Jay Leno or something because I just did. You know what I'm saying? So I think it just became like as I became more famous that I just like grew less and less into like wanting to be like a people ass kisser rather than just like showing like the people that it's more than just like putting famous people on a high pedestal and like proving that you're with them rather than just like conversating or like I don't know. It's just
Certain people don't take pictures because like LeBron won't take pictures because like of blogs. Because if you take a picture with like a random chick in the club, you're like, oh, LeBron was in the club last night. with his
yeah.
side
I mean, but
chick.
you know,
He don't care
I
about
always
that.
I was just about to say,
Yeah, he
I
don't-
always say that anyway. I always talk about like if anything like ever scandalous ever came out, I don't feel like people would ever be surprised,
Yeah, you've
like
done
a
way
sex
worse
tape
than-
leak. Yeah, it's just like I don't think people would care.
Yeah, it's not like you were a pastor 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm sure in Cleveland, now what if you're in Cleveland where everybody knows you and supports you?
Cleveland's a different story because they've been, like you, those are all like
You know they know
Yeah,
you and
yeah,
support you. So
yeah.
you know you'll take a picture in Cleveland.
yeah. And I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole
Now I'm
either. I mean, I
scared.
definitely
Can we
like.
take a picture after?
Yeah, I guess we're not taking a picture. The first order is not to take a picture.
Don't ask.
Sheesh.
So you say you don't want to sound like an asshole because what?
Cause I don't.
You don't want people to be scared.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a super approachable person. I just want to be like a person, not like a zoo animal.
Well, congratulations, by the way, on the new album.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, my first #1.
First #1.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Did you know it was going to be such a big deal? And we actually play, some of the songs up here. They were talking about it because I think at first one of our producers didn't even realize that was an MGK song,
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
which is nice.
She was
You know
telling me the
Bone
name of it.
Thugs?
I didn't know the name of it. I was like the one with the Bone and Thug sample, and she was telling me the name of it. She knew
Bone
exactly
Thugs.
what it was.
Who's Bonus Thugs?
I said Bone Thugs.
Bonus
They're
Thugs
drunk.
sound like something you get in prison.
That's that liquid
Okay.
you get in the morning. But with the
That's
Bone
the
Thug
Bonus
sample.
Thugs.
Now that record was tough.
Do you feel like this album is your strongest work to date?
Oh man, yeah, just way better than anything I've ever done. I wish it would have been my first album.
Mm-hmm.
And like, like I didn't see that #1 coming either because I saw so many like bridges burn from the first time I came out.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I never like realized how like complicated it is to go back and like try and walk those bridges that are burned already. You know what
How
I'm
did, how
saying?
did you burn bridges? I know everybody talks about this tweet you did about Eminem's daughter, and it was like, that got you blackballed.
Well,
What did
like
say about Eminem's daughter?
She's hot.
He
Yeah,
said,
at the-
I got it here. Okay, I just saw pictures of Eminem's daughter, and I have to say she is hot as in the most respectful way possible because M is king. I don't see how that's
14.
Whoa. This was when I was like 20 years old or 21 years old, and this was when she was what, like 17. I don't see, like, that's like, you know.
Envy forgets he's 50.
I'm not.
But
you don't know. You don't realize you're only 20 something.
Yeah. Like, this isn't like I'm like, it's like a 15-year creeper gap. You know what I'm saying?
And you did get it was a.
And also,
no
it's
disrespect.
like no disrespect because M is king, and then also, you know, it's like I could have did without the tweet, but also it's like it's not that serious.
That's what you thought.
And so, you know, like when I see like I'm banned from Shade 45 or stuff like that.
Really?
From Shade 45 for doing
No.
I mean, I don't know if it's for doing that. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd like to know.
I thought I've seen you on Sway though lately.
I can't.
He's saying he's been. They don't play it.
No,
man.
Sway-
I'm not gonna
Sway-
lie.
Sway's
They
my
do not play when they ban. You know, I was on Shade 45. I had Machine Gun Kelly on.
Yeah, you know what? Angela was actually the first radio personality to ever talk about me because I sent it like a demo tape when her and who was it that used to do that show with you?
I was on with Cypher Sounds.
With Cypher Sounds, and they used to.
There was Don't Quit Your Day Job.
Don't Quit Your
It was for
Day Job,
unsigned
and I like
artists.
submitted my tape a long time ago when I was 18.
Angela, you don't get enough credit for that, by the way.
I had
Which
Drake
is-
No,
on
you don't get
before he
enough
was
credit for
on.
that.
And she really was the only one, and she vouched for me against. I don't think it was Cypher. I think it was. I think
it was my show at that
Wonder.
time.
Was it Wonder? DJ Wonder?
It was probably me. It was my show, but I had like DJ Wonder was on, Emoticon, a bunch
But
of
whoever the guy was just not feeling me at all, and then you like, you know, you really were like sticking up for me, and that was really cool.
But
know
you
what I'm
said
saying?
you sucked back then.
Yeah. I was. It just wasn't what it is now. Like now, you know, I mean,
But
and
it takes
it's
time to grow into who you're supposed to be. Even
of course,
you know,
especially
with
when you
your-
become famous at 20 years old or make like $1.5 million at 20 years old, and you're like from the east side of Cleveland, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? It's like real easy to like. And then you come in with this like attitude or like this chip on your shoulder because you feel like, you know, you're from an area that's not cool, that's not like, you know, people don't want to hear from you anyway. Or like, you know, like you come in, you're like a little bit intimidating, or like, you know, back then I was like too wild. And now I come in and people are like, you're so calm. But I'm like, you couldn't handle me when I was the opposite of that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a rough balance.
Is it a real calmness or is it just my industry calmness? I have to promote this album and show face and do these interviews.
Nah, cause I don't feel fake at all. I feel like my integrity's like being put on the line. I feel like I'm like just like extremely confident,
Right.
and like I don't have anything to prove anymore. I feel like, you know, and so, you know, it took me 3 years to write this album. It's been 3 years since my first album came out, but you know, from that first album with no big radio single, anything, I got a platinum record. You know, I'm in a series that just got picked up by Showtime.
Oh,
That's
really?
written and directed by Cameron Crowe, an
the name of
Oscar.
it?
It's called Roadies.
Okay.
And you know, I did that Beyond the Lights movie. It came out in theaters.
I just watched
Yeah.
that a couple of months ago. You did a great job. You
Thank
were really
you.
an asshole in that.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
Great. Now you didn't like Charlamagne at one time. Y'all, you like him now a little better?
We had differences.
Yeah.
He had differences with me. I didn't care.
He was just being rude
He was
though.
being rude and nasty. He changed too a little bit, Charlamagne.
Who was being rude and nasty? How was I being rude and nasty?
I think he just refused to give enough props to MC. I think.
I think he hadn't even really listened to your
Yeah.
He
music
never listened
and
to your
was,
music at that
That's
time.
not true. That's not.
You
That is
said
not.
you
I
never
knew who
listened
Machine
to
Gun
it.
Kelly was when he came here. Y'all before you didn't. Angela did. I used to listen to Machine Gun Kelly. Listen, everything isn't for everybody, but I haven't heard the new music.
I feel like the new music is
You heard it. I
it's
played
much
it.
different.
I played
Yeah.
on the
I did
on
like the
mix.
one freestyle where you said, Charlamagne don't like me. Something hype beast. Hype
he
beast,
likes
hype
any
beast.
he likes anything with his
Yeah.
name in
Oh,
it.
and I bur- and- yeah.
And
And,
if you mention his name, it's a classic.
But you know what?
That was a
That
hard verse though.
was a great verse, and I actually got banned from more things from that verse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was in the same thing where I was talking about Charlamagne. I burnt a bunch of Fader magazines.
Fader. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Also,
You're like
Fader will put you on
NWA
your
with
way.
Well,
Yeah.
not because I got an email from them that said we will never put Machine Gun Kelly in our, like, you know, it was just like management reaching out like, hey, there's a project coming out, yada, 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 like, you know, whatever. And the guy like sent this really unnecessary email back. He was just like, yeah, Machine Gun Kelly will never be in one of our publications and, you know, et cetera. And we're sitting here like, I mean, you know, it only gets to like, you can only pass with so much from me before I just, you
Black
know.
out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna tell you why I think that's whack on Fader's part. Fader,
I just want to say I'm 25 years old and my best work isn't even out yet. You know what I'm saying? Like my best work is yet to come. I mean, like Jay, they didn't start putting albums out till they were 26 years old, right? And I have like 2 albums. I got a #1 album, my first #1 album after 3 years of being absent.
Let's have a shot to that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I beat the odds every time. So like.
But I'm gonna tell you why.
Did you feel like you burned too many bridges though? Like, were you nervous that I'm gonna put this out? And
that's 100%.
No one's gonna want to promote it.
And then when the game came out,
it's got a lock on it.
It's open already.
I got one.
He got it.
Now you saying about the Fader Bridge, Charlamagne?
Oh, now I say that's whack because as a radio personality, TV personality, journalist, whatever, if you're going to be able to say whatever it is you want about artists, you should respect their opinions too. If you don't like what they said in their magazine and you don't like how they reported it and you decide you want to burn their magazine, you should have the right to do that.
But that wasn't what got the ban. I burnt their magazine because they said they would never put me in their publication. Yeah, I wasn't like. I mean, of course I would expect them to not put me in their publication if I was burning Fader.
So why'd you burn it? Why'd you burn it?
Because they told me I would never be in Fader.
So why'd they tell you that? Just because?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a stigma about me, man. Why you think Coachella never let me on the stage? I have the illest performance and I'm one of the best live performers in this generation.
So why? I don't get it.
Bruh, just same reason why I don't get why I'm not on Shade 45. I'm a young man from the Midwest trying to fucking speak for a bunch of, degenerates just like a certain other person was.
Eminem,
you know what I'm saying?
Eminem is very protective of his daughter.
Man, come on, man.
He is.
Eminem killed his mom in records.
But he is.
Threatened to kill his girlfriend.
You don't even really
Kim
see
was
pictures
somebody's
of her
daughter.
anywhere.
Kim was somebody's daughter.
Then you don't. Yo, man, if you don't want, people don't need to be famous. Then you know what it is when you sign up for this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like your life is public. So like at the end of the day, man, it's just like with when Rolling Stone on this album refused to review my album.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Something else is going on.
Dog, I'm telling you.
Something else is going on.
I never hear of things like this happening.
Nah.
You're doing something behind the scenes we don't know about. There's got to be something.
Welcome to my life, man. It's weird, man. That's why I had that chip on my shoulder.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, that's why I disappear and don't come around.
Did Rolling Stone give you a reason?
But you can work with any artist that you want. There's no artists that are like, I can't work.
No. I get a lot of respect from. I mean, it's and that's the crazy thing. I mean, it's like all respect and love when people see me out, and like I get a lot of respect from other artists. I mean, what I'm saying, I've had Jay-Z hand me Ace of Spade bottles.
Right. I saw you did a song with my girl Victoria Monet in the video.
Oh yeah.
I love Victoria Monet.
Thank you. Yeah, she's awesome. Great songwriter.
Are you still dating Amber Rose? You still with Amber Rose? No?
Abby, come on.
How'd you feel about that?
What happened with that? Because y'all were running around the city all over the place. I
right.
y'all together.
I was filming a movie out here, and so she was out here visiting me. And what were you saying?
Did you smash?
It was his girl,
I didn't
of
say that. He
course.
must be reading my mind. I'm sitting there thinking, I want to.
Of course.
Of course he did. What kind of silly question
That was
is
his
that?
girl.
I don't listen. This is the industry too. I don't know what's going on out here.
He lost his virginity to her.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
No, he said, what?
I'm confused. What do you think I was doing?
PR maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you thought it was fake?
Oh, like
a fake relationship?
Yeah, a lot of that
That's
happens
weird,
sometimes.
right?
Like,
Why would?
like pose with him? And she needed it at the time too.
But why? I'm like a punk rocker, rap behind the scenes, kind of like not in the limelight guy. That wouldn't do her any good.
It helped him.
It did, actually. It was very much talked about.
Oh, that's what's
Definitely
up.
was like Machine Gun Kelly and Amber Rose.
Did you have a conversation with Wiz before y'all started talking or no?
I call Wiz.
You did? Because you guys were somewhat cool before that.
Yeah, but I mean, as I operate like as a man, right? So, I like to always like face things head on, or like just be a man about stuff, and so everything was like very natural and like not malicious at all, and just was kind of one of those things where it was like almost like the universe was just kind of telling you one thing, so you don't know whether to listen or not, but.
You call and be like, hey, Wiz, I'm getting serious with Amber.
Yeah, something like that. And just because I don't feel like someone that you have respect for should deserve to hear about it from like tabloids or TMZ or any of that stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? So even though, in hindsight, maybe it's not the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It was always the right thing to make the call, though. You know what I'm saying? But
she left you for James Harden, though.
No. Well. No one left anybody. It was just like I was just
busy
not.
Schedules.
Yeah, it was really a schedule thing, and then also it was just like that. Everyone knew I wasn't really feeling the whole like limelight that was coming with that.
Got you.
So I mean, it was one of those things where like it was cool when no one knew, and then when everybody knew, I was just like,
So
I'm gonna go back into my.
Is that
I'm
when
gonna
you
go
felt,
back into my little turtle shell.
is that when you felt really famous? Because I always say it's certain girls that, you know, once you bag in this game, you've reached a certain level of fame.
Well,
Amber's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys just haven't caught me with other.
Yeah, he's been with other people. They just haven't been out there.
Yeah.
You out here
Publicly.
slinging the in these streets.
Oh, yes.
Once you bring somebody to Cleveland, that's when it's real.
Oh God, yeah, it's hard to
And
pass.
that's a nice low key place to bring.
Oh
a
yeah,
girl to.
and then like they come out there and see like it's like we boss it up. Yeah, it's a good look.
How much impact did LeBron James coming back have on the city?
Huge impact. Huge impact. Huge impact. Like I mean, like you know, like I saw the city like in a state I'd never seen it when those finals came. You know what I mean? And I saw like a lot of people like have a lot of hope. But then, you know, it went right back to all the craziness that's happening this year, which was like you know like these big like barbershop like this barbershop shooting, which involved like you know certain friends of mine or just you know people we all know. Like it was this whole thing where. You know, all these people start getting killed over these gang wars, and like recently, all these like little kids are getting caught in the crossfire. So like, we lost like a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-month-old, 7-year-old on the way back from his baseball practice. They ran up and did a hit on, like, cut the car off, killed everybody in the car.
Yikes.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's an odd balance, but you know, every time we go back to the city, we always do something positive. I saw you. I don't know. I saw. You giving certain people a hard time on like what they do.
What are you
what
doing for
they do.
the Black Lives Matter
You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
He's waiting for it.
Right. So I'm just letting you know, like we can't take that path with me. But
I mean, you do. I
everyone
see you
knows.
out, though.
Yeah. Everyone. I think that's a part of the respect factor, though, with going on what you said with how do artists feel? Because I know I was saying a lot of the publications are real hard on either you know attaching my name with them, but artists never really have that problem.
Right.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect in the hip hop community.
Now, how do you feel about having your daughter out in public or keeping her protected from the public eye? As she gets older,
well,
you know, you
how
kind
old is
of.
his daughter?
6.
6. Okay.
Man, you know, like she grew up like in this, so she like, you know, she's really involved with the community. So it's hard to just like keep her back. Like she was just she just did this thing with one of my friends of mine does this thing called Rake, which is called Random Acts of Kindness.
Laconia, salute to Rick.
Oh, you know Rick.
It's my guy.
Oh, okay.
I love
So
the Rick movement.
you know, so like him and my daughter, they and a couple others, they packaged like 500 lunches the other day, brown bag lunches for homeless people. Right? It's called #lunchbag. And so you know, like she's just always out in the community, and people love her. She's like Cleveland, like you know, princess. You know, so I don't really.
You did a song for her too.
I did do a song for her. Yeah, I like cried doing that on Revolt. Yeah.
So as a father, you can understand why M might have been upset then. Because 11 years from now, some new rappers out tweeting about your daughter, you might feel a way too.
I just have so much respect, you know what I'm saying, for the man, and I don't think that it's him. I think that it's, you know, like
It wasn't that bad of a tweet. It
that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't really disrespectful. She's hot.
It's definitely not like something that I feel like.
You might look at it funny at first, and then when you say no disrespect, you'd be like, all right.
But you would think Eminem has tougher skin than that. Eminem?
Yeah.
Like, as much offensive things as
Still
he
a baby
said.
girl, though.
I mean, again, man, with the nothing malicious, like
Right.
nothing is malicious. You know what I'm saying? Come like people. I make it very clear when I'm like ill intentioned, and that's not.
I
the
make
case.
it clear when I have ill
Like
intentions.
very much so. Like I mean,
Listen, Machine Gun Kelly had a pumpkin on stage with my face on it.
yo, you
And
knew
smashed
about
it.
that?
I see everything.
How'd you know about that?
You smashed a pumpkin
Yeah.
that was
Does it look like a
Charlemagne.
pumpkin?
I thought
No,
it
I
was
was
cool, though.
I was
Like,
mad, man. I was mad. I had my foot was broken. I was in a depression. I just lost this case from a fight. I lost like a lot of money.
You said people don't
I got,
fight anymore. They just
Sued.
lawsuits and
right.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, I got Donkey of the Day, and then I was just upset. And the
What
next
did I give
day,
you donkey for? I forgot now. What
it was because I came up on you at the VMAs and was like,
Yeah.
man, why you talking about me?
Yeah.
I'm not
I
gonna
got
lie,
mad at
Machine Gun
Angela.
Kelly was
I got-
rude to
I
me.
know. I
was like,
felt-
what
I
did
felt
I do?
awful.
Did you too?
Yeah,
I did.
he was
I got
rude.
really. I was.
He was like, you said I was a disappointment to Cleveland. I was like, what? I didn't say no such thing.
I was a disappointment. to
Yeah,
Cleveland.
said it looked like.
It was a
Damn,
segment.
is MGK
It
to
was
me
a
him the only
segment.
cool one here?
No.
I was like, I've never
know
done
what's going
anything.
on.
The
I
producers
get a
at-
lot of that
the
though. A lot of
producers-
backlash.
The producers at
from Charlamagne.
MTV,
Created a segment called Artists to Wash.
and they
And it was
they-
about the artists look like they need to wash.
Uh-huh.
Oh, take a bath.
Yes. And I said Machine Gun Kelly looks like he smells like the disappointment Cleveland
Oh.
felt when LeBron left.
okay,
You didn't
okay,
say you
okay.
were disappointed.
Well,
You
right,
said
right,
you
right,
looked like
okay.
I
you
didn't
smell
know what
like
he was talking
disappointment.
about.
Yeah, I took it the wrong way. But so anyway, I was on crutches and I was in a wheelchair. I like put Charlamagne's face on a
Pumpkin.
What do you call it? Yeah, a
Was it
pumpkin.
light skin or dark skin?
It was dark skin and Charlamagne. And,
Oh,
and I
okay, so you know that's old.
and I put it on the pumpkin and I hung it on the stage and
You
like
hung a black man on stage?
No.
Oh, my God. I didn't know
Oh
you
my
did all that,
God.
Machine Gun
Now
Kelly.
this takes you to
hung
another
a
level.
Black man on
Black
stage.
Lives Matter.
Shout out
Black
to
Lives Matter, man.
mattered, Machine Gun Kelly. I didn't know all that. I just thought he smashed it. So what happened after
You smashed a
so
black
anyway,
man.
so anyway, I was like, I want to give a big shout out to Charlamagne, yada yada yada. And then I took my crutch and I like limped over to it.
Like a piñata.
It was and I smashed it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, though, you
Smashing pumpkins.
had way more issues than me.
I was a very angry young man.
I mean, they went to the club with each other. I had no idea either.
No, this was like maybe
No,
a
this was
year
2 years ago.
Yeah,
This was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So you're in a better place now.
Yeah, I am, and like that was with artists too. I mean, I was an angry guy, man. I was an angry guy.
What calmed you down so much?
Nothing. I guess everyone heard I was an angry guy and stopped.
Were you angry before you got in the industry, though? Like,
Was
you
I
got,
angry?
Before,
Yeah,
like,
I
your
was a
personal
white boy.
issues?
I was like one of the only white kids on the east side of Cleveland. I was getting beat up all the time and robbed. I was, and vice versa. So I was very angry.
Mm-hmm.
It was
When
like
did that
I felt like 50. You know, like when
gotcha.
50 was coming up and he was just like, you know, like I was always kind of like the hothead, like quick to fight guy
Or-
growing up,
Right.
like super like that. So
When did it stop, though? Because everybody I know from Cleveland got mad love for you.
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like, and that's the case. I mean, when you like that was the thing. I earned my respect. So even like, I mean, like I'm best friends sometimes with people that have like that shot
you
the
fought?
fair with. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I earned a lot of respect in that sense. So I mean, it's the same. I guess it's the same thing with hip hop. You know, like behind the scenes, I got it in with a couple people.
Right.
Like fighting?
Yeah,
Like artists?
yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Did you
Who
win?
would you fight?
yeah.
Oh, he said he's with that smile.
Who would you fight?
French Montana.
No, not French. French is
fought
my man. No. French is my man. No,
Like,
French.
Google that real quick. I ain't never seen that one.
No, I didn't see that either. I didn't even
Yeah,
know
we
that.
keep it pretty kosher. Like
Y'all fight in the studio and then
studio, lobbies.
So you're a
Really?
good fighter, you would say. Like if you
No.
Like-
I just don't mind it. I don't mind the ass whooping either. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll take an ass whooping.
those are the hardest people to fight. The people that aren't afraid to get beat up. Now, do you feel like you got a drug and alcohol problem? Was that something that maybe was causing a lot of these issues?
Oh yeah, I definitely was. I had a big problem the first that 2012 and 2013 years for sure. Like I was definitely like really angry. I was snorting a lot of things and
Coke, heroin?
cocaine came later.
Or
Cocaine came later as money came later, right? But at that time though, it was just like, you know, like I used to like on earlier tours, like I used to have sex with girls for like Adderall and like split their Adderall up and snort that and record or stay up for 50 plus hours, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like a lot of like, you know, like hydrocodone, Vikes, chop those up, do that, whatever.
Did you stop?
In the sense of like opiates, yeah.
we don't, what's that, pills?
Opiates is like opiates. I mean the downers. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that like puts you in a place that makes you want to never come out. Right?
how did you manage to stop? Because I know that's a hard habit to kick. Some
Because
people have
my
to.
best friends wanted to quit,
hmm
and like also like we were like the ones who were like the communities I was in was the one who was like selling it and never using it. Right? So like it became like a little weird when I like started to be like on the opposite end.
Right, because I have friends that were addicted to that really had to go to like a doctor
Mhm.
and do this whole weekend detox thing where it's really painful.
You didn't have to do that?
No, I didn't have to. I didn't have to do that, but I also didn't like have like I didn't have to go like cold turkey ever,
Yeah.
right? Because it's never like a
Mhm.
like I'm fine.
Right.
So I feel like, you know, like I'm fine.
What about other drugs? You still use other drugs or?
Oh yeah,
He got a joint in his ear.
Well, I'm not talking about weed.
Yeah, yeah. But,
Do
yeah.
people come to
I
you
mean,
and say,
definitely.
but you gotta chill, you have a problem, like we gotta try to do some type of intervention?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I think that's it. Well, first of all, you said something interesting about your friends. You said they wanted to quit.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like a lot of time when you're in a circle of people that are all using, they're gonna all enable you. So it
No.
takes a group effort to say stop.
Nah, most definitely. I mean, you know, I'm blessed with like, but it's. I mean, but the thing is though, like, especially when you like become like, I mean, and you know, like my image to a lot of people is a rock star, right? So like, I think you get out, get what you put out, and I think like Lupe had the right idea, right? When on his first album, he was like, I don't want to talk about guns and killing because all I think is, you know, is that it is gonna bring about guns and killing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like as soon as I started rapping about like cocaine or like as soon as I started rapping all this stuff, it was like when Pac he started rapping about getting
thoughts
ready.
become things.
And I swear to God, that's what happened. You know, I would start going and I like, you know, on the way to the bus right before I got on the bus, all right, man, and do this, and you open your hand, there's like an 8-ball there, or like you open your hand, there's like, you know, like five things of MDMA, or you open your hand, there's like a aluminum foil, and you got like 16 hits of acid right there, you know, and you're just like, and then like, you know, like women start to come around, and like women are like, you know, the most like sensual, sexual people ever, and their peer pressure is crazier than anything, right? You know what I'm saying? So
Easier to have sex with them when they're high.
and yeah, and when you're like,
This guy.
and you're like, you know, like, and when you're on that level and that's your image, you know what I'm saying? Like people expect that to happen, and some nights you feel like obliging it, other nights you don't. But like those nights you feel like obliging it is like the MGM night, right? The Vegas night. Like that was like, that night was crazy. I didn't leave the Crazy Horse till 8 a.m.
That's when you're supposed to do it in places like Vegas.
And they don't have no windows, so you have no idea what time it is. No clocks, no windows.
It was nuts, dude. I missed the iHeartRadio thing, you know what I'm saying? And we ended up seeing you guys later that day, and that was funny. But ultimately though, like I did tap a lot more into myself as an artist, and like, you know, a beautiful part of this album is that I could play every single song on this album on guitar or on keys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we started incorporating so much more of that with the live show, like with just me playing, and I mean, I say this whole album, man, I mean, you know, 3 years to really take all of that kind of like the frustrations with the being banned and the maybe feeling inadequate or not knowing who you are, or not, you know, finding your voice, or like wanting people like, you know, your peers to hear your music and, you know, dig, like, and putting all those feelings into an album over 3 years. I mean, that's something that you don't see that much anymore, just because everyone delivers an album every year. So I mean, I think that, you know, I think that this album is something worth listening to for everybody, because it's like this is the epitome of what I've been wanting to do this whole time. And no one touched this project too. That was the other thing, you know what I'm saying? On the first one, it was like, you know, Puff wanted a couple things, the label wanted a couple things. But by the time I did this album, everyone was kind of almost not forgetting about me, but it was almost like everyone was like, he's been on tour for so many years, like out of sight, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time was the time I was cultivating that album. So by the time I came back, I mean, I had this like pure thing that they were just like, oh, okay, and it's time anyway, so let's just
Put it out.
And
What
then
did Puff say about you doing this project, and even the drug use and you missing some of the stuff and you being banned?
I don't think Puff's a rock star, dude. He's not
Puff said the only artist on Bad Boy is him. That's what he said this morning.
Is that what he said this morning?
Yeah.
And then he said he was kidding.
He didn't say that.
He did say that.
He
at
did
first.
say it, and then he said he was kidding. He said Machine Gun Kelly, French Montana, and Cassie.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Now,
All right.
do you still look at Eminem as your idol? Or now that you're in the game and you've grown, do you even still have idols?
Never meet your idols. One, as I'm sure you guys feel, right?
Or sometimes your idols become your rivals?
Sometimes your idols become your rivals, man. Super crazy to think about. Yeah, it's me. I mean, his music's just so good. I'll never leave his music. His music gave me such a light in dark times. I mean, am I disappointed in certain like aspects of what came with, not just that, but I don't know, just the vibe, you know, like, yeah, of course, but that's just, you know, I don't think that I've never heard that from his mouth, or never got that
I
from,
doubt
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
I don't think that he would be
think,
like, he's banned. It's probably people around that are like, oh, you know, he said this, we shouldn't do that, because I can't imagine Eminem saying, don't play this guy.
couldn't either, man. I couldn't either.
Yeah, I don't really
you know what I'm
think that
saying?
You never met him, huh?
Never met him. I've been like, you know, like this close to him, but I never like, you know, officially met him though. But yeah,
Say what's up.
But yeah, what
Say what's up
And it's
to him.
interesting because you're from
because he
Cleveland,
was
he's from
performing
Detroit.
he was
It's right
performing
there.
Lose Yourself, and me and Travis Barker had just like walked up to the stage to
Same before.
see him perform. But yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely my idol, man. I mean, along with others, you know.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then the World Series video is out right now.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
Did you see that, Envy? Did you see that?
Of course I did, because
That's a
Byron
dope-
sent it to me.
Really
Yeah.
bad.
Byron
Yeah.
works hard,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you know, just
Was that your idea for Snatch?
yeah.
Is that one of your favorite movies?
Yeah, and also I just want to incorporate a lot more acting since
You're an actor.
yeah, I mean, like, you know,
More.
like there's 3 films coming out this year that I'm in, or 2016, excuse me, it's upcoming year.
You
What
really
are
did
they?
a great job. I always felt like Machine Gun Kelly actually has that versatility where it's the way that you look, it's your music and everything. I'm like, okay, he can act, because I saw you in Beyond the Lights and you did a great job.
I mean, you got to get out your own way in a sense.
And
If you get out your own way, sky's the limit. That's what it seemed like to me.
Word. I also feel like some people just gotta. I feel like some people gotta do that 180 though too. You know, because me and my friends have sat there and had conversations. You know, night on night, like, man, why? What is this discrimination about? Because we don't get it either, man. You know, it's like we influence so much live performance wise in hip hop. And to me, I think that was where I disagree with you as me as an MC for so long, because it's like part of being an MC is controlling the crowd, correct? And that's what I'm known for, right? And I think that I am a huge reason why so much punk and so much rock is integrated into hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Because in 2010 and 2011, when all of our peers, you know, were on festivals, I was on those same festivals, and we were all doing, you know, our own thing, and I was always kind of bringing this edge to it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, some of us have blown up faster than others, but like we were all there, you know. And so like I guess that's what because I was there for that, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that I was always like, you know, if I'm one of the top performers, then why should I not be mentioned in the top MCs? And then so but I think it took the music to do that, and that's what General Admission is, and that's I guess why I'm so calm and confident, because I guess I'm just waiting on everybody to take a listen.
That is two different things, though, because you got some great MCs whose stage shows terrible.
Oh yeah, I mean, true. I guess I'm just when you classify what an MC is, they put it as, you know, lyricist, performer.
Your crowd don't be looking controlled, though. Your crowd be looking crazy and out of control,
Yeah, they're nuts.
jumping all over each other.
That's organized. That's organized for him.
Now, as far as Hollywood, do you have to have somebody? I guess the cleanup isn't like in music, because they don't really know you in Hollywood yet, so you're kind of coming in as a fresh face.
Well,
No preconceived notions about your character.
yo, dude, people. That's the other thing. Like, I go in that world, and everyone's super stoked. Especially since I got that Cameron Crowe role, and Cameron Crowe is the same guy who did Jerry Maguire, Almost Famous, you know, Vanilla Sky, all these, you know, great.
Or,
You drink a lot. Do you drink while you acting too?
Yeah, I do all that. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. No one can stop. You know, no one can really stop me from what I do. To like, this is what I always did. This is what I said. I said this to Cameron. I said, did you like my audition? Of course I liked your audition. I was high in my audition. You know, like I guess like everyone just kind of like knows that I'm one of those artists that doesn't let this like affect my craft.
do you think you're an alcoholic?
I don't think so.
First sign of alcoholism is denial. That's why I always say yes when people ask me
I don't
if
think
I
so.
am
Let me
one.
take
I
a
say
sip.
yes.
Well, make
But-
sure you pick up the MGK album.
I don't understand the blackballing that's going on. I really don't, because I don't take things personal.
Right.
So if
I'm
you-
gonna
if-
dig deeper
if,
into
if,
it
if
for
MGK
you.
says something about me in a record or hangs me on stage, I don't say, hey, you can't come to the Breakfast Club no more. So I,
I
don't
mean, but
respect-
you know what's funny though is
because
that
of Charlamagne from Machine Gun Kelly, though he blackballed me, so you know.
you know, isn't
Really?
that
Yeah.
What you mean?
when I walked up on her on the carpet, I was pissed because
so
of you.
mean to me.
I apologize. I genuinely am so sorry.
That's funny. He's such a nice guy when I'm out with him.
I know.
We take shots together.
Yo, Envy, man, me and you do having a good time, man. Yeah.
But the point is, I don't take it personal and stop you from coming up here. So I don't think other
I agree.
publications and people should do that.
Right.
But in your case, you have more reason than other people to shun me away. You know what I'm
He
saying?
Hung me on stage. A white man in 2015
He
hung a
pinyated
black
you.
man on stage. Okay?
But the difference is Charlamagne enjoys when you don't like him.
I get
He
it.
thrives off of
If
that.
I
He's
can
like-
talk about him, he should be able
Right.
to talk about me.
I also enjoy growth too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
as in the fact of like as I grew up, as I grew more, like me and Charlamagne realized that a huge, connect we had between us as a mutual friend, right? And by the way, if you want to know the answer to certain, like behind
I'm
the scene
texting him right now.
fights, you know what I'm
Fights,
saying?
yeah.
You can hit 6'4".
Text my dog 6 right
He was
now.
there.
He's cool with 6'4".
Yeah, I'm
Man,
cool
him
with
and
6'4".
random.
He be with 6 more than I do lately.
How did you? You know, man. I'll find out behind the scenes.
It's
But and it is always a good feeling as an artist to have people that doubted you at
56 in a
first
minute.
and didn't like you to come around and say, okay, you know what? I actually like this song.
Yeah.
I actually like this album, and to have a #1 album for the first time.
and you know what, man? It's all about like kind of like what Drake said, man. Who's gonna be around a decade from now? You know what I'm saying? Like I met you guys when I was 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Talked to you when I was 18 years old, broke and nobody, and on 128th, and I got far enough to meet you when I was 20 years old as a signed act, and proceeded. It took me 5 years to get a #1 album, but I mean, it finally happened. You know what I'm saying? And
Some people never get that.
and some people never get that, and I also think a lot of people
Most
didn't
people.
expect me to get that along with myself. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think I think my end game is just like being able to be 35, still doing this again and still seeing each other and from the movies to the music. I mean, I'm 25, so my best work hasn't even come out yet. Like that big hit. And the cool thing about my come up too is that like when that Grammy moment finally happens, or when that whatever moment finally happens, it's like no one's gonna be mad when that happens to me. Because everyone's like,
I saw him.
I've seen him. I've seen him for you know what I'm saying? So it's not like this moment where everyone's like, I can't believe the best hip hop out. You know what I'm saying? Like no one's giving me that. Like I just like when we talked about like the Black Lives Matter things, or like it's just like I've been involved with my community forever.
Mm-hmm.
I've been I've earned my stripes in the hip hop game for a long time, and I'm continuing to do so by being blackballed and overcoming all of that.
Right.
And like even from the growth of the first Breakfast Club interview to this one, and like it's like a.
That's what it's about, though.
That's
It's
what
about
it's
growth.
about, man.
I can't judge your music based off what I heard 5
But you
years
should
ago.
listen to this album.
Exactly.
Man. You should listen to this album.
Okay, general admission.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Just like people
MGK.
shouldn't judge the Breakfast Club off certain interviews that they see. I'm just saying that because we just had a perceptual, and it'd be
No,
like
all right,
one
all
interview.
right, all right, all
They're like
right.
Charlamagne makes girls cry. That was 5 years ago.
But you still
Oh,
made
shit.
a girl cry.
That was 5 years ago.
But you do.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. It's MGK.